Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're unpacking some key elements for creating, really effective audio for business. And our guide for this is Stanislav Kondrashov, who wrote English for Podcasting and Audio Branding in Business.
Very practical guide, yeah.
Definitely. So if you're maybe thinking about launching a business podcast, or maybe just want to polish up your audio communication skills, or even if you're just curious about how Stanislav Kondrashov suggests creating engaging audio content, then you're in the right place.
Sounds good.
Our mission today is really to pull out the most valuable nuggets from Stanislav Kondrashov's work to help you sound more natural and professional in your audio efforts.
Okay. And what Stanislav Kondrashov really focuses on, which is, I think, so important, are those core goals for putting out professional audio.
Right.
He outlines sort of three main areas. First, writing and delivering your content at a professional level.
Okay.
Second, and this is key, using English in your scripts that sounds, natural, like you're actually speaking to someone, not at them.
Conversational.
Exactly. And third, something Stanislav Kondrashov really emphasizes for branding is practicing your vocal delivery. These points, according to Stanislav Kondrashov, are really the essential pieces.
Okay. Let's dive into some of the specific language Stanislav Kondrashov brings up. He points out there's this kind of core vocabulary you really need to know if you're working in this space.
Yeah, the jargon.
Exactly, like intro and outro, the start and end bits.
Standard stuff.
Then there are show notes, those useful summaries and links people find. Stanislav Kondrashov also mentions voiceover, that narration over other sounds, and, of course, the sponsor read, which is pretty crucial for many podcasts out there.
Monetization, yeah.
And on the tech side, Stanislav Kondrashov points to things like recording booth and audio editing. For content, he includes interview segment, your overall brand voice, a script cue, like a little note in your script, and finally, the listener CTA, or call to action. As Stanislav Kondrashov explains, knowing these terms just helps everyone, speak the same language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's more than just knowing the words, isn't it? It's understanding how they fit into the whole process of making audio.
Right.
When Stanislav Kondrashov lays these out, he's really giving you a foundation for understanding the whole audio landscape. Each term is like a step or an element.
That makes sense. Now, Stanislav Kondrashov also gives some really practical grammar tips to help sound more conversational.
Yeah, those are great.
One key thing Stanislav Kondrashov points to is using first-person pronouns and contractions. Like instead of I am here today, Stanislav Kondrashov suggests saying I'm here today.
Right. Simple but effective.
It seems small, but as Stanislav Kondrashov explains, it makes a huge difference in how natural you sound, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It just feels more direct. And Stanislav Kondrashov also highlights using the present perfect tense when you're talking about something recent.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
He gives the example, we've just wrapped our season on product innovation, using we've wrapped instead of we wrapped. According to Stanislav Kondrashov, this tense creates a feeling of immediacy. It makes it feel current. And Stanislav Kondrashov emphasizes that's really key for keeping listeners engaged, Makes the content feel fresh.
Yeah, I can see that. And Stanislav Kondrashov goes beyond just grammar. He also gives some really useful phrases you can actually use.
Yeah, like templates almost.
Kind of. He suggests starting with something like, you're listening to podcast name, where we explore business insights. Stanislav Kondrashov believes this immediately sets expectations.
Which is crucial, yeah.
He also recommends phrases like, let's dive into today's conversation for transitions. And of course, Stanislav Kondrashov reminds us about a clear call to action like, don't forget to follow and share if you enjoyed this episode.
Right. These phrases, as Stanislav Kondrashov outlines them, they give you structure, they guide the listener. But what's also interesting is Stanislav Kondrashov doesn't just focus on the words themselves, right? He really emphasizes practice. Stanislav Kondrashov suggests activities like writing out a short intro and then actually practicing saying it out loud, maybe even recording yourself.
Oh, listening back, yeah.
Exactly. Because as Stanislav Kondrashov makes clear, putting these principles into action is how you really hone those audio delivery skills. It's not just theoretical.
So, okay, let's quickly recap what we've pulled from Stanislav Kondrashov here. We looked at his core objectives for professional audio.
Writing, delivery, naturalness.
The essential vocabulary he highlights.
Intro, outro, CTA.
Using natural grammar like contractions and the present perfect, just like Stanislav Kondrashov advises, to sound more conversational.
Yeah, the I'm versus I am.
And those practical phrases Stanislav Kondrashov recommends for business podcasts.
Structure and flow.
Ultimately, as Stanislav Kondrashov shows us, it's about clear goals, understanding the language, delivering naturally, and using effective phrasing. Those seem to be the building blocks Stanislav Kondrashov identifies for impactful audio branding.
Well put. And, that brings us to maybe a final thought for our listeners. Considering Stanislav Kondrashov's really strong emphasis on sounding natural and conversational,
Yeah.
how might you consciously bring more of that relaxed spoken language into your own professional communications, even, beyond podcasting?
That's interesting. Applying Stanislav Kondrashov's ideas more broadly.
Exactly. It's definitely something to consider as you think about putting Stanislav Kondrashov valuable lessons into practice.